Hey guys, in this video I want to take a look at what I think are some of the best biome mods currently available for Minecraft. I'm mostly looking at mods which add multiple biomes as they offer the most diversity for your world. These are for a mix of Forge and Fabric 2, with not all of them being available on the latest version, but I'll let you know for each mod what loader and version it requires. Biomes O'Plenty is one of the most well-known biome mods available. Currently it adds around 80 biomes to your world, which can be found in both the Overworld and Nether. Some locations that you'll come across are the Alps, Cherry Blossoms Grove, Deadlands, Floodplain, Highland, Oasis, and Sludge Pit. The mod doesn't add too many new blocks, mainly a few types of wood and leaf blocks, which come in some more unique colors, which can be turned into items like doors, boats, and fences. The same developers also created the Familiar Fauna mod, with creatures from that mod being found in these new biomes, but that mod was sadly discontinued after 1.12.2. If you use dynamic trees, then there's even a mod available which makes it compatible with the Biomes O'Plenty trees. It's a great mod all around, and is typically one of the most supported when it comes to cross-compatibility between other mods, but it's only available to Forge users right now. Next up is Oh the Biomes You'll Go, a mod which has been one of the best options for Fabric users for a long time. It adds over 80 new biomes, which you can find spread throughout the Overworld, Nether, and End Dimensions. Once again, you'll find lots of new blocks, which are mostly common new types of wood and leaves, except they can also be turned into the likes of crafting tables and bookshelves. In the Overworld, you can find locations like the Dead Sea, Grag Gardens, Mangrove Marshes, and Tropical Rainforests. Head through a Nether portal, and you can come across the Glowstone Gardens, Quartz Desert, or Withering Woods, with the changes being quite dramatic. Lots of content is brought to the end too, where there's the Cryptic Waste, Nightshade Forest, and Purple Peaks. Luckily, this mod is available to both Forge and Fabric users, but it hasn't been updated past 1.16.5 at the time of this video. There's also Traverse, which you'll find is available for both mod loaders, but right now its Fabric version is available for the latest version of Minecraft, whereas the Forge version is still on 1.16.5. Traverse aims to complement the already existing biomes instead of overshadow them, so that they look like they could be implemented into the vanilla game. Some of the biomes you'll find are the rolling hills, woodlands, lush swamp, and cliffs. There's only around 15 unique biomes in total, and they can be found throughout the Overworld. But the same developers did work with the Cinderscapes mod, which can be used to further improve the Nether. I think this mod is a great option if you're trying to keep your mod pack as close to vanilla as possible, as it doesn't add any content that touches on the magical and mystical themes. Blocks-wise, there isn't much added by Traverse, only a few new fir wood type. Terralith is one of my personal favorites, with it currently being available to Fabric users on the latest version of Minecraft. If you aren't someone who enjoys mods, then you can also install this as a data pack, which is convenient, or for if you're on Forge. It brings a transformation to the Overworld so that you can find over 60 new biomes, with most vanilla biomes also being overhauled. One great feature of this mod is that below the surface of your world will be changed too, with all new locations and cave biomes to explore, which are huge thanks to the experimental extended world height. A feature that is being implemented is the introduction of structures, as the mod currently introduces some new villages which really fit an RPG theme, and I'm hoping this is expanded on more in the future. There's really something for everyone, and some biomes are the Cloud Forest, Emerald Peaks, Lavender Forests, and Lush Canyons. The mod is able to implement all these locations without adding any new blocks to the game, too. Desolation adds the Charred Forest biome, which has a few different variants. The biome looks like it's been hit by a wildfire or a forest that has recently been targeted during a war. A lot of the blocks look like they've been burned, and the particle effects, which look like ash, really add some immersion. When exploring the Charred Forest, you can be hit by debuffs like blindness, mining fatigue, and weakness, so it's a good idea to craft a mask and goggles added by the mod, which allows you to explore without being affected. There are two new creatures included with the mod, which are the Ash Scuttler and the Blackened. The Ash Scuttler is passive and can be given cinder fruit as food, whereas the Blackened is hostile and looks like a burned skeleton. There's lots of other items included with Desolation, which adds new mechanics to Minecraft, like ash piles, which can be thrown to cause blindness, or ember blocks, which are like magma blocks, but they can set the player on fire. If you're still playing on Minecraft 1.12.2, then you could try out the Biome Bundle mod, which I mentioned in an older video. But if you like Biomes O'Plenty, then you can use them together with a compatibility patch, which is available on the mods page. Biome Bundle relies on the Open Terrain Generator mod to transform the overworld, adding over 400 new biomes which really expand on the forests, mountains, and meadows that you find in-game. Alongside these new biomes, there's also 2,000 new structures, which include custom rocks, trees, ruins, dungeons, and more, which makes exploring with this mod even more interesting. There's huge cliffs, volcanoes, castles, pyramids, and more to discover. This is my favorite biome mod by far, and I'd love to see everything it adds to Minecraft brought into newer versions of the game as an updated mod. But as of right now, it seems possible to add it for 1.16 with a few workarounds with an updated version of Open Terrain Generator. Terraforged focused on world generation over biomes as it tries to make the existing world more inspiring to explore. If you choose to use this mod, you shouldn't just drop it into your mods folder and press play, as it needs to be selected as a world type in the world creation screen. It's hard to describe the generation of this mod, but I'd say that it resembles a real world quite a lot. Mountains and valleys can spread over hundreds of blocks, meaning that they actually take time to cross, and rivers now flow through the terrain neatly, making traveling by boat a good option. But if you did want to use some other biome mods too, that shouldn't be a problem, as Terraforged will try to incorporate them. Another popular choice for Fabric users would be William Wither's Overhauled Overworld. This mod will replace all your vanilla biomes, making them more unique, diverse, and interesting. Rivers are massively improved so that you can easily travel throughout your world by boat without them being cut off. Lava lakes and ravines have also been removed from the surface, which you might find is a positive or negative. But overall, you can expect to find lots of new colors, trees, and terrain without the mod adding any new blocks. There's a few add-ons which can be installed alongside the main mod, with the first being caves and cliffs, which will change the cave systems to match the future update. Or there's a structures add-on which adds new discoverable locations like ruins, villages, and pirate ships. There's also the Primordial Shores, which replaces some mushroom fields to look like they're from an ancient and prehistoric world. Spheric only adds 4 new biomes, which are the Antreza, Dark Forest, Lark's Forest, and Alps. These are more of a tropical and magical theme, with some nice particle, ambient, and sound effects included. There's 3 new wood types, which are the Lar, Larks, and Antreza, which can be used to make some decoration blocks, as well as a new table and chair. The Larks biome is quite interesting, as the trees are made up with transparent blocks, which look like slime, whereas in the Alps you'll find tall, snowy mountain ranges. Spheric introduces a new ore called Ascenda, which can be mined for Ascenda gems and turned into armor and tools, which are ranked below Diamond. The developers do say they have more plans for this mod in the future, and it'll be interesting to see where it goes. There's also Promenade, which is available to Fabric users and adds a few different biomes between all 3 dimensions. In the overworld, you can find locations like the Cherry Oak Forest and Pumpkin Pastures. In the Nether, there are some different galleries, as well as the improved Crimson and Warped Forests. If you head into the end, then you'll find the Dark Amaranth Forest, which adds some more life to the dimension, and is infested with spiders. Some other changes you might notice are some new witch hut styles, blueberry bushes, and palm trees. But one of my favorite features are ducks, a new animal you can find throughout the overworld. I think that covers some of the best biome mods currently available. There's so many options, but these are some of the most popular and downloaded right now. If you've been modding for a while, chances are that you know about most of the mods I've mentioned, but I figured it would be good for people who are new. If you enjoyed this video, leave a like and subscribe for more.